So my build right now is in a mostly pretty good spot. We're just gonna sort of eventually get some more damage going. And the way I have my build set up right now is also, it makes it really easy to respec to the new version. When we get it, but right now we'll just do health regen and slam. But the main thing is we dropped my pet, and now I do earthquakes, which put out like big like dot area effects up on the ground. And I use mana, so it's kind of annoying to have to use mana now, but it's kind of like, you can imagine it's like Rage. Scale of 1 to 10 for this game, I mean, I've been obsessed with it. So, for me, I mean, it's been awesome. Does it measure up as one of the greatest games of all time? I'm not really sure about that, but oftentimes I enjoy games like this more than, you know, like Baldur's Gate, for example, like a work of art masterpiece game, which is not really as much fun for me as something like this. So it kind of depends on like what your gaming tastes are. Anything cool? Nope. But for me, this is like right up my alley. So I think my damage is increased for sure, because we at least have like a heavy hitter ability now. And you can see these aftershocks kind of like creep across the map. And just kind of consume all the mobs. The dots do stack up a little bit too, which is cool. But eventually we're gonna go into a low life situation where we have like a big ward shield protecting our little tiny bit of HP. But in doing that, we also get to have like a whole bunch of damage reduction and extra damage dealt. But we're getting pretty good damage reduction right now because I'm using these Ravenous Void Gloves, which just basically give me 15% damage reduction all the time. And then if I ever drop into my endurance threshold, then it gives me 30% damage reduction for like a couple seconds, and then it makes it so like I take a big dot, but I can remove that dot just by leaping or shouting. And then I can't generate shield for 15 seconds, but hopefully by that point we're stabilized again. But yeah, I like this earthquake. It's cool. I want like the aftershocks are like all the way over there for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I hope they're still hitting mobs. But they're coming from like off screen, like way over here. Not sure what that's about. Whatever. It's kind of cool though. So we are using mana, but I have like relatively good mana regen, and I can just pretend it's Rage. Attack speed's wild. Yeah, this character's got a lot of attack speed. Attack speed is one of my favorite stats in any game, really. And I started him off as like a bleed guy, but now he's not really bleeding so much. He puts a little bit of bleed on people, but that's just sort of incidental. But you can see the dots ticking for a decent amount. We'll have to see how it feels when we fight the boss, though. Make sure the cursor's where I need it to be. Somebody was saying your aftershocks appear on your cursor, and I don't know if that's it's actually happening, but yeah, like I was using my battle cat before, which was great, but I wanted to switch something that didn't have any mana. Oh, look at those guys got super stunned there. Nice. But because of that, now we have to worry about mana a little bit. The build I was playing was fine, but I wanted to ascend a little bit. And the good news is, like, we still have room to ascend, and it's cool because this build is definitely playable without low life. It's just, I think almost every build that can do it just goes nuts with the low life setup. So that's about good. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I mean, I had a lot of fun with D4, but it does things in a significantly different way. So I would say if you're an action RPG enjoyer, you probably ought to give this one a try. What's going on up there, man? Been playing Beastmaster, loving it. Might try your build next territory. Try it, man. Back a punch, big flicks for you, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, thank you. Needs less meta builds. This game needs less meta builds. I have no idea what the meta builds are. Besides what, like, Falconer and Warlock, maybe. I think this build's good, but I basically like just wanted to play a primalist that didn't really even have a pet. And Earthquake is a skill with tons of like more modifiers in its thing, so I found a guide for it. Somebody did put together a build, and a guy named The Curse put together a build and played around with Earthquake quite a bit, and so it was like right up my alley. It's doing a ton of things that I wanted to do, which is, again, try Primalist without a pet, just make him like a barbarian. And I always play barbarian in like, or warrior, you know, always play like the like melee brawler guy in any game that I play. And so I want to do that. And I thought Primalist Beastmaster was like my best shot at it. So we leveled with the just swipe and bleed with the Sabretooth build. And now that we're a little bit more progressed, we can kind of switch to something like this, which I think is pretty cool. Stack some big bleeds on that guy. It's not a bleed, but it's a dot, and I like that. That's cool. And it feels good to like build your rage with your swipes, and then just bang, bang, unleash with the earthquakes. Cool. And I still benefit from all like the stacking damage. I just don't really need to stack up my damage a ton on like these little dinky mobs. Just need enough rage to let it rip. But yeah, the aftershocks slamming. It's cool. Just group them up and let it rip. But I've been recently trying this out, so I gotta get comfortable with it. I don't think, like, do these enemies drop anything cool? I don't think so. I don't think so. Whatever, let's just send it. This boss can be kind of tough. I think we'll be okay, though. See how this damage looks. Not looking like much yet. We'll get it going, though. Uh-oh. I could die here. Didn't die. Nice. My Battle Cat is helpful in keeping damage going when we're not doing anything. But we're tanky, so. Let's get all juiced up and let it rip. Gotta go. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Like half health. We're still quite tanky, which is awesome. Just slam daddy them tentacles. But I gotta like learn what my build's capable of, because we haven't really played this thing at all yet. This is the first time we're playing it. Just had to kind of set it up a little bit. Make sure we had some of the basics. And we could have maybe done it with the two-hander, but I just wanted to have a bunch of plus skills. It makes the setup of all the mana and whatnot easier. And I still have Culling Strike, which is awesome. Very useful for this situation. Fighting bosses, you know? I do kind of wonder if I should even bother like staying dot focused. Just yeet myself right over that. Me and that. Just dump damage. See how it goes. Wait, what?
Is that the best you can do?
Wait, what? That Moonblast. Is that like his, like... I must have gotten like, did I get crit? That was so weird. That was so weird. His water stuff hurts, but I don't know. Yeah, Moonblast, apparently. It feels like I could tank just about anything that comes my way. Maybe I was debuffed in some way. I didn't notice, like, stack something like that. Oh, it's that. That must be Moonblast. I thought it was like my totem or something. Weird. My bad. Just dump some damage here. I think this is probably a little faster than his other one. Yeah, it's that big circle AoE. I think it's a little faster. Definitely don't know how to like optimize the build yet, but we'd probably. I wanna say that we'd be taking longer with my other build. Because we need to find a way to. That was one of the things I wanted to find a way to have a little bit more damage relying on my character rather than the pet as much, but we also lost like some bleed and armor shred stuff, so you know, it's all right. Just gotta stack up some big dots on the big fella. But the other thing is we are pretty tanky. We just got one shot by that one attack that's like a super long wind up. Just my bad. Okay. That's the moon blast right there. Just don't get hit by that. We're gonna be all right. And the water beam, I think, is probably a problem. I hope I don't die to this one. Just ended just in time. Ugh. The lightning blast can hurt too sometimes, but so far we've been able to tank it. Just dump some damage on this guy. Don't moon blast me. No! I could have just easily jumped on the other side. Does he have like, he has like an enrage or something, dude. He keeps killing me right at that low HP. Oh. Beat me up. No. I'm gonna die again. For the same thing. Oh gosh. Alright, we cleared the debuff. I gotta quit getting stuck in the corner like that.
Is that the best you could do?
Alright, aftershocks, what's going on here? Show me something. Show me something. Oh. Yeah, before we would just sit there and just oh no, just frenzy attack or swipe. Okay. This is a little different now. Tank that. Alright, big fella. Yeah, so after this, after I change my like blessing over from him, I'm gonna try the low life thing. If it's bad, I'm gonna be a bit upset because that was a really nice life regen node that we had. But a lot of the damage that comes from the way we have this character set up is actually through that particular perk, so what I'm doing right now is I'm supposed to be a tankier version, but I mean I just keep getting hit by like kill you mechanics. But we'll change the gloves over. So it won't be featuring Ravenous Void. Or we could. I just don't think it doesn't really work because you will be operating under your endurance threshold. And that's when the gloves kind of proc and lose their effectiveness. Alright. See if we can not die when he's low health like this. Water beam's gotta be coming next. Yeah. Just back to back like that. I think I'm seeing some reasonably good dots from this. He's gonna go the other way with it, right? Ugh. I could jump over it, which is one thing.
You're starting to bore me.
Once he gets 14% HP, we'll cull him.
My waves will shatter you.
Because we still have that in the build, thankfully. There we go. Took a second, we got it. So, let's see. Ward per second is one cool option. Mana is actually another good option. I don't think I'd really mind ward per second. But I know that's a lot of mana, but I don't really feel like mana's that big of a deal for me. I just keep attacking with other stuff. That's fine. Stun chance is also kind of cool. But yeah, we're losing some big regen, but mana is a fine option. It's pretty low roll. This is like right in the middle. 36 ward per second. That's when you have like 10k ward. If you're trying to, it's not that much. You know what I mean? I know it sounds. Let's go, bro. Thank you, man. Big flex for you. That's what I'm using. I'm using the mana per swipe right now. It's not mana regen. It's just flat mana, but it would mean that I could dump more earthquakes, right? I'll just do this. I'll try mana. We can go bang, 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 bang. So, that's kind of cool, I guess. Alright, now... HP regen is a little bit less. It's still gonna maybe be too much, though. I need to... see if... my, like, ward, or like, HP regen is still too much to outweigh the ward. Because that's been one of my problems. Is it has been too much. This helmet's so good, but the HP regen per second is not good. So, like, we gotta take off these void gloves too, unfortunately. Even though I really like those two, the void gets mad at me. Just debuffs me. All right, so now we only have 100 HP. This is looking better. That is more what we're looking for. We still need to fix a couple things about this setup, though. It's such a bummer that this isn't working. It's actually a big problem. Big problem. But whatever. We need to fix this. Need to take like 2 points out of here. Then we can do more points. We can do more damage versus slowed, which is pretty good. And we need to respec a couple things here. So that's a lot of ward. That's a good start. It's a good start. So now I move points out of leech. I made it really easy for myself to respec when it was time, and we move those 5 points straight into Berserker, where we do more damage on low health and take less damage on low health. So unfortunately we won't be using the Ravenous Void anymore, which is a bummer because those gloves are really rare and cool. But gotta do what you gotta do.